Hello, my name's Mal Nicholson and I created the HMS, or Historic Motor and Sail. It's essentially a CIC, a community interest company. What happened that formulated that idea, we were flooded out in 2013 and I ran a company called Trentside Classic and Sports Cars, a lovely little company that boxed well above its weight, and essentially it wrecked it, and I decided that I would do something totally different. The historic car collection involves sports and racing cars of Italian descent really. The single-seater, the Grand Prix Dino, heads the pack really. She's a recreation of the 1959 Dino that Cliff Allison drove for the season with Ferrari. Cliff and I have not only worked on the car, but I've dedicated the car to him before his untimely death, and it is recognised throughout the Ferrari world now as the Cliff Allison car. It retains his number for his first ever drive for Ferrari, and forever will be, as far as I'm concerned anyway, the car that was dedicated to him at the Alexandra Palace whilst he was alive, and he became a very good friend. There is a P4 330 Ferrari replica. We're just putting a V12 into that and all of the engineering processes that make that happen. So we've been messing with clutch plates and trying to find the right splines for this gearbox. I found one that actually fits beautifully. It may want to be a bigger diameter, but for now we've identified the spline. We know what's going to work, and we can work with it. There's a film being released in mid-November, Ford versus Ferrari. It stars Matt Damon, and it's all about the epic battle between Ferrari and Ford at Le Mans.
And that's it, folks. Ferrari wins the 24 Hours of Le Mans for the 5th consecutive year.
Mr. Ford, Ferrari has a message for you, sir.
What did he say?
He said Ford makes ugly little cars in ugly factories. And he called you fat, sir.
I dedicated that to Sir Jackie Stewart. I phoned him whilst he was in Australia with his son with the Jaguar team, and explained that I would like to do something that typified his time with Ferrari. And him and Chris Amon won the World Championship for Ferrari with a very similar car, and I thought it was appropriate to make sure that not only Jackie and Chris would be remembered for their efforts, but also that there was a car there to sort of represent it. I know it's not the original, everybody knows it's not the original, but it really does look the part, with his name down the side and a very close resemblance to the car that he drove. Also in the collection is a Dino, chassis number 3402 Coupe. A lot of people are quite convinced that that is the car that starred in the Italian Job.
I do know he loaned the car to
Yes.
to Peter Collinson because Fiat really wanted to sponsor the film, obviously because AMC were a little bit reluctant about giving them minis to smash up. And the president of Fiat was like, at the time, was like, no, you can stuff. He wanted Fiat 500s, I think, was the idea, but it wouldn't have worked. But so he did loan him quite a lot of cars. From talking to the family recently, Peter Collinson actually used this car when he was in Italy.
Whoa,
So
wow!
yeah, so that's
Fabulous, yeah. So there we go. Larry Collier was right, bless him. You know, he's long gone. And Cleethorpes, why Cleethorpes? Because that is where the director of the film, The Italian Job, came from, and it was the 50th anniversary. and some of his family came to see the car, explaining that 3402 was the car that was lent to him after the film had finished being shot for the rest of the summer. In the collection of Italian cars is a V8 Alfa Romeo that was sold from Germany and went to Saudi Arabia, allegedly sold to a prince. It then came back on the back of a super tanker in parts and in orange boxes, and that's how I bought her many years ago. Since then the engine has been transformed. It's had full race cams, it's a dry sump V8 4-cam unit. The Montreal has been dubbed by the Germans as Blue Thunder and has become known as such. It is a wonderful car, and I enjoy really driving the car and experiencing something almost unique in the way that it performs and handles. A long-legged tourer, but capable with the power delivery and everything it's got of being a real scratcher's dream. The collection also holds an Alfa Romeo Type 105, a Bertone 2 litre that's been breathed on and tweaked and was actually put out to do battle in the Pomeroy Trophy, and shocked everybody, including the driver. That wasn't me, it was a chap called Ed McDonough, who at that time was the chairman of the Alfa Romeo Club. Ed drove it for me and got a staggering, absolutely scintillating drive out of the car, and was placed far higher in the results than anybody had ever dreamed. And it just goes to prove how strong, durable and dependable the little car is. That was really my first Alfa. The historic motorcycle collection that is part of the HMS spearheaded group is quite substantial. There were nearly 40 motorcycles from Ruddocks, Panther, all the way through to Excelsior, BSA, and Royal Enfield. There are so many bikes. Triumph with the Daytona, and AJS, all the really sort of renowned names. There's a Triton there that used to belong to me many years ago, and that is a Norton featherbed frame with a Triumph motor, and they were the sort of epitome of the cafe race era and something that every lad wanted to have, the ton-up boys. It was really something to own, and I didn't regret selling it, but having said that, to get it back again is really quite wonderful. And this collection of motorcycles is now being slowly but surely put together so that people can enjoy them in time to come. Hence the statement, a rich tapestry of living history.